Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, we are going to be reacting to DBG ranking the best centers in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. Now, he does mention it in his video, and I'm going to mention it in this video as well. Next Gen for Xbox comes out tomorrow. Some people already have it, but for the majority of us, comes out tomorrow. So this tier list might change a lot depending on how everything goes with that transition into next gen. The primary center position is pretty weak. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's pretty weak overall. Now, there are some good centers overall, but outside of one guy off the top of my head, it's going to be intriguing to see who is at that S tier. But before we go any further, huge shout out to DBG. The link to his channel will be down below in the description, so make sure to go check that out. If you are new to my channel and have not yet, please smash the subscribe button as we're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. DBG and I share a lot of the same opinions, but differ on some opinions as well. So we'll see. We'll see where he goes with a lot of these guys.
So yeah, anything I say in this video is specifically for current gen, which is
like he just repeated. This is current gen. It can change.
If you guys
tomorrow.
are watching this later on in the year, it might change up based on next
tomorrow,
gen.
literally.
And to be honest, I think by the time we make our December tier lists, it will very much be. I don't even know what's gonna happen to the game mode. Will we have to split everything between current gen and next gen? Will the game
That's
be like
the thing. It's like it's just two completely different games, so it's
hard.
hard.
It'll all be very interesting. Either way, though, let's get on to it now.
Let's see who's up first. Who we got?
Of all, we're gonna go with Camby.
He's good.
I mean, he's C tier. He's not good in the bottom two tiers.
Listen, Camby evoed up is good.
Kind of mobile. He's got a massive player build and he shoots really well from the corners. Is he good?
Absolutely.
At this stage, not really, but
he's not.
He
he's
was
not
a
that bad.
Player at the start of this game.
He's better than like an Amethyst Anthony Davis.
Really liked him to start.
He's
this game.
good.
And
he is because he can shoot decent speed.
I would use nowadays.
He's serviceable. I don't love him now, but Pink Diamond Artist is fine. He's B tier maybe.
I'm gonna put him C. He's big, but he's not particularly mobile.
He might be B tier for me.
Well.
Just because he's a good interior
doesn't
center.
shoot the ball well at all. Has no 3-ball. Mid range isn't particularly great either.
I think he has release.
But he is 7'2", quite a big wingspan. So he's a nice tall center.
For me, he might be B. I mean, I don't like Artist either. I don't really want to
top or
use
second
him,
tier.
to be honest
if
with you.
If he suits your playstyle, he's probably a B tier center. But for me, he is down here in C. Then, looking at these cards right here,
the center position is weak.
George Mikan, I can't not put him in S tier. He's still really good.
And I don't disagree because at the primary center position, he's the top. He's
still got a
3 or 4 centers.
Really good release. Overall,
top 3 or 4
really
centers.
Good card. Shoots
he's
the ball
slow.
well.
He's slowish. You know, he's not fast.
Just overall kind of mobile. Well, somewhat mobile anyway.
Somewhat.
Corners, obviously money.
Somewhat
good in the
mobile.
post. Good interior defense.
I hate when he has to guard the pick and roll, though. I hate it.
Card. And just because he's out in day one does not mean he's great. Does not mean he's bad. Then we got Sam Perkins. Sam Perkins goes C tier. He plays no defense.
I think Cabangeli's better than Sam Perkins, but I'm fine with C tier.
Sam Perkins shoot the ball.
I'll take Cabangeli.
He has my least favorite release in the game.
I hate Sam Perkins. I like Brook Lopez, but I hate Sam Perkins as Brook Lopez. The upper on it's weird. It's kind of like Chris Webber, I think, as release 22, but his upper release is
Ty really likes Brook Lopez base, and again, it's all like with this game, especially early on, it's personal preference.
Is good. I don't like
Perkins. What I always say is like
at
the end of the year, there is like 1 to 2 play styles that are objectively the best. Like when we get to all 99 overall players and every card can do everything,
it's gonna be
you
crazy.
better believe playing lanes, doing all that stuff is the best. But there's so many different ways of playing the game because there's so much more strategy involved in early game because not every card is perfect.
Fair enough.
So for that reason, there's a lot of cards that certain people like and other people don't because they're not perfect.
Fair enough.
And that's the same thing with Sam Perkins.
The thing with Perkins though is he's slow.
I don't like his release and he can only shoot the ball. So
he
that's
can't
why
play
he is
defense.
Down in C tier.
Give me Cabangeli over him every day of the week.
Al Horford is... I don't like him shooting from the corners. Like, I really don't rate him at all in terms of shooting from the corners. Horford, in my opinion, is just...
The problem is when you compare Al Horford to Cabangeli, listen, man, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't even know how to describe him. He's a decent defensive player. Decent in the post, decent rebounder. It's just, again...
The thing for me, his release is bad. He's slow. I think he's got mid-50s speed.
If you don't understand how important shooting from the corners is, you have not... Or shooting from the corners is, you haven't replayed this game.
Especially for his power forward center.
The fact that he's got no hot zones is not good at all.
I don't like Al Horford.
He's got cold zones about the corners is not good at all. Then we got Willis Reed. Will's really getting the D tier.
He's bad.
Oh
yeah, is that Amethyst?
He's small. He's undersized,
bad.
can't shoot the ball, isn't particularly fast, getting the D tier.
Who is worse than
Nate
him on
Thurmond.
this list? Nate Thurman's good.
I mean, he's like Bill Russell level. He's definitely
good.
Definitely a lot more difficult to obtain.
Nate Thurmond is
Bill
A
Russell,
tier, no doubt about it. Absolutely, no question about it. He's
so
way
we're
better than
going
Al
to
Horford.
Put him into A tier.
Absolutely,
Again,
he's
a lot
good.
of people wouldn't necessarily put him here.
Why not?
Because
he's good.
Not a lot of people have him, and he's definitely not worth 150 tokens.
He's not worth it, but he's good.
He is very similar to Bill Russell, and he shoots the ball better from mid. JaVale McGee getting the D tier. He's athletic. He has a bit of length. He can't do anything.
JaVale is bad. I'll never forget in one of the courtside reports they're saying, you're going to want to grind triple threat offline, get those 300 wins for a diamond player, and trust me, he is a very good one. Oh, is he?
The piggyback legend is at it again.
Is JaVale McGee better than an Emerald Evo to Sapphire Cavangeli? He's not, okay?
Tell me
That's
what
terrible.
JaVale McGee does right
Nothing.
now. Like, genuinely, I don't think he does anything.
He's not good.
Then we got Ralph Sampson. For the cheese factor, Ralph Sampson's going into A tier.
Here's the thing about it. People qualified with Ralph, so I can't really diminish that fact. But the thing is he Nate Thurman's level? No. But is he better than Al Horford? Probably.
For Ralph Sampson is that if you do not know how to play 2K, but you know how to post up and tap square, he will drop step so many people.
I mean, that's
very,
the
very
truth.
low degree
That
of
is
difficulty
the
player.
truth.
Like, you can be terrible at this game, and you can still.
I mean, it is true.
Score a bunch of points with Ralph Sampson. Is he a card that a lot of people have success with? Not really, but for that,
because post-ups aren't really it. I mean, they're just not.
A little bit like the Taco Falls of
fine
last
with
year.
it. Listen, I'm fine with it just because who you have at B tier. Now, if you put somebody at B tier that I don't like,
guys
then
that are terrible at
then
this
I'm gonna
game
get upset.
Can still have
Al
success
Horford at
with
B
Ralph
tier
Sampson.
might be a little high for me.
Then we got
but
Bill Russell. Bill Russell.
He might be S tier.
He's super quick. Like Bill
He's
Russell
closer
is
to S tier than anything.
Super quick. Don't get me wrong.
I'm fine with A tier,
He's
but
also
he might be
got,
S tier for me. He is so good. I think
a
he's got 84 speed. He's got to be
he's a
S.
good perimeter defender.
He's got to
He's
be
a
S.
really good perimeter defender. As well as that,
Move him up, DBG.
he's
Move him up, DBG.
a
Move him up, DBG.
pretty good post defender. A little bit undersized, but again, he's arguably the best.
Move him up,
defensive player.
DBG.
Yeah, with defense center in the game, so you can't not put
I
him
want
in
him to
here.
move him up.
We got Bob Lanier. I mean, some people like Bob Lanier. I am not some people. I am not.
I don't like him, but I
I
would rather use Bob Lanier than Al Horford. Like,
Ever
it's not even close.
of Bob Lanier.
It's not even close.
I just think there's so many things wrong with the card, and
But there's even more wrong with Al Horford.
I just don't know. I think his mid range is good. His 3-point shot's not good enough.
I mean, you got to use him as an inside center. I'm not
good
shooting
enough,
from midi. No,
but he's
an inside center.
I'm genuinely stumbling on my words right now. There's just something about him. He's not good. Boogie doesn't get in the D tier. Boogie sucks.
I'm sorry, Boogie terrible.
Sucks. At least
I remember day one when people were pulling Boogie, they're like, "Oh my gosh," and he's terrible.
People that like his release will hit middies with him.
Bob might be B
again,
for
I'm not
me.
one of those people that will
He
hit
might be
middies.
B tier.
But if you like Stacey, well, Boogie sucks. He's slow, doesn't play defense, can't shoot the three.
Boogie's about as
mid-range,
bad as
okay,
it
post
gets,
him,
to be
that's about it.
completely
He
honest with you. Like, you got to
for
get.
me anyway. He sucks.
You got to be bad.
Then we got Bill Lambier. Bill Lambier is good, but he is a weird player. You have to learn how to use the stick to use him. Like, he hits everything, and he steps.
No, I'm not gonna say Bill Lambier is bad, but you can't say he's better than Bob Lanier.
Inside the 3-point line,
I don't.
we won't shoot corner threes.
Defensively, he is
but he will
so
hit every
bad.
long two if you know how to use the stick.
Defensively,
Players will
he
leave
is
him
so
wide
bad.
open because the release is broken. If you know how to stick shoot, he will hit every single shot.
I'm not gonna disagree, but give me Bob Lanier 10 times out of 10.
Pretty good. He's going there. Hakeem C tier.
Correct me, but does Bill Lambier got some good defensive stats? Hold up, let me check something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Okay, because I gotta fact check my stuff first to make sure I'm giving you guys accurate feedback on some stuff. Okay. So Bill Lambier, here he is, right? He's got 44 speed. That's what I'm talking about on defense. I get he got silver clamps. He's got 44 speed. Like,
Hakeem's really not great.
yeah, Hakeem's pretty
Like,
mid.
decent post player,
He's
I
pretty
guess.
mid.
And that's kind of really all he is.
That's
Does
really
not
it.
bring much else to the table, not gonna lie. Ben Wallace, get into worthless tier. Ben Wallace.
No. Hold up. Whoa. Ben Wallace not worthless though. Like, hear me out, right? Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Ben Wallace, okay? Ben Wallace comes with a mid-70s speed, mid-70s lateral quickness, comes with Hall of Fame Intimidator, post-move lockdown. He's not worthless by any means. Trust me, he's not.
Ben Wallace can't score a freaking layup in this
He doesn't need to. He plays defense.
He can barely score a layup.
He plays defense.
Can't shoot the mid, can't shoot the three, can't shoot a free throw.
Check his
Isn't
defense.
particularly fast laterally. Isn't the best defender in the world.
I think he got 75 lateral.
He's terrible.
He's not terrible.
Can't shoot a post fade.
You don't need to.
He is awful in this game.
70 perimeter defense, 94 interior defense, mid-70 speed, 75 lateral quickness.
Alonzo Mourning.
I just disagree. Alonzo's fine.
I mean, B.
He's
a good shot blocker.
He's B.
He's a big body, and he can hit the occasional three-point shot, and he's a decent mid-range shooter. He's going to B tier.
Ben Wallace should
this
be
is
D.
a hard one for me to put him, but I'm putting Kristaps in B tier. I'm sorry. The fact he's got no cost.
This one is difficult for me. Kristaps blows everybody away. Everybody away at B tier. Al Horford, Bill Laimbeer, and Alonzo don't compare to Kristaps. I'm moving Kristaps up. You have
no
to.
hot zones. No one can shoot with him.
You can't tell me Ralph Sampson's better than Kristaps. You just can't.
Objectively,
you can't.
He's got a good release. Or say he should have a good release, but
I like his release. He's A tier. Move him up.
The only thing he's good at is blocking. His shot blocking. He's a decent interior defending center.
Move him up.
I leave Kristaps wide open when I play him. Like whenever I play Kristaps, I paint it. Because people are more inclined to shoot.
Yeah, but he's got better speed. You can't compare him to Bill Laimbeer.
The amount of people that I've seen go like 0 of 9 from 3 with Kristaps, it's not just me. Unless Kristaps is on the right wing, he is not going to hit it. He's not going to hit consistently. Or unless you're really good with his release, which
but neither is anybody else in B tier. And Kristaps,
really not a good guy.
I disagree.
Dikembe,
I disagree.
I mean, getting to C tier. He plays a bit of defense. But
wow. I'd move Dikembe up too, but that's my opinion. I moved Dikembe to B. And I've noticed something. DBG hates inside centers. Okay, like Bob Lanier, Dikembe, he hates inside centers.
He's no offense. Mark
It's facts. The fact that you're taking Bill Laimbeer or Al Horford over Dikembe is just.
I mean, Mark Eaton getting to C tier as well.
What?
Mark Eaton's huge, and so with Dikembe and Mark Eaton. They're both very tall.
Let me pause. Dikembe can do stuff on the defensive end though. Like he's not an absolute liability like Mark Eaton is. Okay. But Dikembe has 74 speed and 69 lateral quickness. How is that a C-tier player? I mean, maybe it's me.
He is a huge player build. Neither of them can shoot really from 3. Neither of them can really shoot from mid.
I just want to know what the biggest difference between Nate Thurmond is and Dikembe Mutombo. Yes, it's a matter of 5 total speed and lateral quickness. I don't know, man.
Dikembe's a lot more athletic. I'm telling you, Mark Eaton is not as good as Rick Smits. If Rick Smits was here, he'd be in B tier.
Dikembe deserves B. Dikembe's better than everybody besides Kristaps at B, in my opinion.
That he's just not it. There's nothing really that Mark Eaton does well enough to
Mark Eaton's terrible.
To get over C tier on this list.
He's terrible.
He's not it. He is not it at all. Then we got Moses. I gotta put Moses wherever Bill is.
He's got a 42 lateral quickness, man.
I know he has similar speed to Bill, but his lateral quickness... No, he's a much better shooter than Bill Russell. So...
Neither of them are shooting the ball, DBG. Neither of them. Moses got a 60-some, low 60s 3-ball, please.
Even though he doesn't quite play as good perimeter defense.
And I don't take mid-range jumpers with my centers. I
plays
just don't.
Similar interior defense, runs the floor like Bill Russell, and he shoots better.
No.
And you can also put clamps on.
No.
Pau Gasol.
Disagree.
I don't like Pau Gasol.
I don't either, but he's not that bad.
Against me, I just don't really like his release.
think C is right for Pau.
Again, he's not
I don't
the
like
worst
him, but he's not
player
terrible.
in the world. His jumper's all right. Somewhat athletic, somewhat decent to post, but I don't think he does anything well enough to.
Moses today is fine, but I think Bill Russell.
Yeah, we got Chris Bosh. B. Chris Bosh B. He is better. He is better Porzingis for me. He's definitely.
I just don't know, DBG. I just don't know how you're taking Chris Bosh over Dikembe.
He's not good enough to go in A tier.
I just don't know. I don't
Even though
get
he
it,
suits
man.
my play style.
Get it.
Like I can guarantee you, I will have more success running Chris Bosh than any of these players in A tier. But like objectively, he's not as good. Objectively, he's just not as good.
But even a Dikembe compared to Ralph, Dikembe blows Ralph out of the water to me.
Like I need a shooting center to play my style, but he's just not as good as these guys. Just straight up, he isn't. If I'm playing against if the way I'm looking at it is if I'm playing as the dude using these guys, I'm a lot more worried than if I'm playing a guy using Bosh. As much as I like Bosh, if I'm playing against Bosh, I'm never worried.
I'm not worried against Ralph,
Patrick
but
Ewing.
some other guys.
Man, there is no player I've hated as much in the history of any 2K game as Patrick Ewing in NBA 2K20. Maybe Kyrie in 2K20.
He's putting him in ass.
I'm pretty sure Patrick Ewing 2K20 might be my most hated player in history. He's good. As much as I hate him.
I'm not going to sit here and lie. I hadn't used Patrick Ewing. I might have did a gameplay with him, but I hadn't used him really until last night. Last night I played in a tournament. I was getting mad because Amari sold me, and Patrick Ewing was on the end of the bench, so I put Patrick Ewing in, and he held his own. He was doing his thing, playing defense. Look, he was doing his thing, so I'm not going to argue.
This year. Shoots the ball moderately well.
He can't shoot the ball.
It's kind of slow,
he
but
can't
it's not
shoot. It's bad.
Unusably slow.
It's pretty bad.
And
it's pretty bad.
It's just pretty. He's a good card. He's a really good card.
I'm fine with Ewing at S though.
Best offensive rebounder in the game. Doesn't read and dunks. Doesn't read much else.
Shaq does do his thing though.
This is one of the ones where my personal opinion comes through. If someone knows how to use Bargnani, he's so dangerous. He is moderate.
Listen. Let me do my research really quick here so I can see. Okay, Bar. Okay. DBG, just because you released this video doesn't mean Bargnani needs to be 18,000 MT. Okay, 87 3 ball, 83 interior, 54 perimeter, 66 speed, 52 lateral quickness. Okay, he's not terrible. Objectively, Bargnani is not terrible. Objectively. But when you compare those defensive stats to a guy like Bill Russell, to a guy like Nate Thurman, and badge-wise, I just don't know. I could never play with Bargnani in a comp game, but that's my opinion. I just couldn't.
Moderately quick. He was moderately quick. Also blocks.
He's
every
not that
shot.
slow. Bargnani is not that slow. He's not as slow as I thought he would.
I don't know what it is. Bargnani could never rebound. He was never a defender. He could hit wide open in real life. But 2K made him a sniper, a shot blocker, a rebounder, and quick.
He's not that.
Center,
he's okay.
So Bargnani,
his speed is okay.
Bronze range extender.
I'll be the first to admit I haven't used Barn enough to really judge, but I have used Bill Russell enough to know I'm taking Bill Russell 10 times out of 10 over Bargnani.
Greg Oden, get into C tier where you belong. Good defender. But
I have not used Greg
really
Oden enough, and when I haven't liked him.
Boogie Cousins. Yao Ming.
Sucks.
Wherever Ralph Sampson is. Yao Ming, Hall of Fame drop stepper, 7'6".
The fact that we're taking Yao Ming over Dikembe Mutombo is wild to me. Like, here's the thing. Put Ralph, put Yao in B tier if you have to. But give Dikembe some respect. Give Bob Lanier some respect.
Doesn't shoot the 3 ball as well as that.
Ralph and Yao cannot stay on the court against any competent pick and roll type player.
Ralph is a lot slower than Ralph, but he's even glitchier in the post.
They just can't. I just
For the same reason as Ralph, that his ease of use is so high. One of the easiest players using the game, I got to put him in A tier.
Wow.
Like, that's really the only reason. Is he a great card? No. But the fact that he's so easy to use, I got to put him in A tier.
I disagree.
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns. Cat's just like way better Porzingis. Cat is getting into A tier as well.
Especially when you badge Cat out, he can be good on defense too.
Am I wrong in saying you can put range on him? I wouldn't do it anyway.
You're wrong.
His hot zones are a little bit awkward. Not the best corner shooter, not the best release, but again, he's just a
Cat is good. In my opinion, I like Cat more than Barb, but that's me.
Rafe's going into A tier as well. One of the best pick and pop jump shooters in the game. His hot zones in 4 of the 5 spots outside.
I just don't think he's like that on defense at all, though.
This isn't like a Cooper release. One of the easiest releases to green in
this
game.
But what's his defense?
He is a dominant player, especially if you know the guys.
Give me Cat over Rafe 10 times.
Initially, I don't even.
Honestly, give me.
Use him on budget squads.
But the thing is, when you're comparing Rafe to Bill Laimbeer and Al Horford, yes, he's a tier above. That's the thing. I started
using him in my team limited yesterday before I got a ring. He was ridiculous. Playing him at the center position with someone like a John Stockton in a
rim running point guards, pick and pop.
He will not miss if he's wide open of a Hall of Fame dimer pass.
Let me tell you,
his catch and shoot, his
that
hot zones,
is the meta.
His high rating of 89, and he's
no doubt about it. Rafe's going to be great on the
not as
offensive
quick
end.
as Karl Anthony Towns, but so much better shooter. I got to put him in A tier.
Fair.
Not quite Bargnani though. Then we got Ilgauskas.
He's bad.
Ilgauskas.
They're like. One thing has been consistently consistent on this list. Defense does not matter to DBG. Big Z, Yao, Ralph, Rafe, all A tier. For me, they'd be C tier. I'm not going to disguise it. I'm not going to hold back. They would be C tier for me. Thurman, Bill Russell, they belong at A tier. Cat probably belongs at A tier. Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo are the 2 next closest. The fact that you're putting Big Z at A tier
The only problem
is
with
ridiculous.
is that he's only
That's ridiculous.
20 something speed.
That's like saying the only problem that, that Giannis has in real life is that he can't shoot. It's a downfall that is game. Like, if Yao had a 90 speed, he would be the best player in the game. If Big Z had 90 speed, he would be the best player in the game. He's got 20 speed. He's not guarding anybody. He's playing.
Slow, and next gen might be different because players don't get back on defense. Like, I've played against him a few times and I've just started throwing touchdown passes to my center.
Because Big Z can't move.
He really struggles whenever I play.
Or the
he really
pick and
struggles
roll.
against me because I run like a Draymond a center, but he always does fine against a Bargnani. He's just so slow to put in S tier, but offensively he's a beast.
He's not even close to A tier.
One of the best corner 3-point shooters at the center position, as well as being 7'3" with a fantastic release. You got to put him in A tier, but he's very slow.
He's terrible.
And again, this is where playstyle comes into account. Like, if you're
that's what I'm saying. DBG hates defense. He hates it.
To play lanes and run up and down the floor a lot, like someone like a Ty playing that playstyle. Adrian Zagauskas is worthless for you. Heck, LaFrance is worthless for you as well.
That's the thing. For them, they'd be C or D for me. Both of those guys. And Yao Ming, Ralph, they would be bad too.
However, if you're someone that plays like me, Adrian Zagauskas would be a lot more effective than, say, a Ralph Sampson. Say not Ralph Sampson, than say even a Bill Russell for the way I play. And now, objectively, the best center in the game, Dave Counts.
No,
Dave Counts
it's not even close.
Country mile the best center in this game.
Not even close.
Completely forgot he existed. He's like better Blake Griffin.
No. Dave Cowens can't get above 30 badges. You want to know how many badges Blake Griffin can get? I think he can get about 50. Okay. Compare the hotspots, compare the releases. Blake Griffin is going to be way better than Dave Cowens. It's not going to be comparable.
His release is base 1, it's fine. Trust me, I've used him enough. Dave Cowens' release is perfectly fine. He will still hit basically everything from the corner.
I hate his release.
He costs a little bit to badge up. It's kind of similar. It costs a little bit to get, first of all. It costs a little bit to badge up. He's similar to Blake. He doesn't come with every badge, but he can get basically every badge. Stats-wise, he's fantastic. Great rebounder, great shooter.
Stat-wise, he is
a little
fantastic.
bit undersized,
absolutely.
But you know
Stat-wise,
what? For me,
he
anyway,
is
he's a beast.
fantastic.
And definitely goes in as the #1 primary center in the game, and it's not even particularly close. Then we got Dino.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
The dinosaur is going into A tier. I'm sorry. Like, the reason why I'm apologizing is because I know for a fact people are underrating this dude. The dude's got like an 8-foot wingspan. Can shoot the 3 ball from the corners if he's wide open. Has hot zones everywhere inside the mid-range. One of the best releases in the game. As well as that, the big thing. Because there is a guy later on.
I get dribble 6 DBG. I understand it. But if they got 60 ball control, you're not dribbling with these guys anyways.
An 8-foot wingspan as well. That I'm putting in a couple of
you're talking about wingspan.
The difference with Dino is Dino can hit free throws and he's got unbelievable speed. He's got ridiculous speed, ball, and acceleration for a big man. He's got pro dribble sigs as well. He can cook people on the perimeter with his dribbling.
No, if you dribble with Dino, you're wild. You're wild.
And while yes, this Dino is probably on the lower end of A tier, he's definitely not a perfect card. I'm telling you this right now. There is a 90% chance that when it's all said and done this year, actually, I don't know why I'm saying that because Goat Yaming and Goat Kareem were a thing last year.
Yup. Give me Kareem, man. I can't wait.
We will have a Dino Raja that at some stage in the year will be in the conversation for best center of the game.
Well, I agree,
just how
but not this one.
one.
This guy can't dribble. Once he can dribble and gets good ball handling and speed with ball, but he's going to become good.
And said 8-foot wingspan player is Will Chamberlain. Wilt's
I don't
slow.
like him.
Wilt is like slow, non-shooting.
I don't like Wilt.
Like Dino is just Wilt, but better in every single way.
But the fact that Dino is A tier is wild to me.
Here's the thing ever. Like there's nothing that Wilt, apart from strength and like post game and stuff, which who uses it in this game, that Wilt does better than Dino. If you want to play in the post, there's no point using Wilt.
Well, that's what I'm saying about Ralph and Yao Ming. Nobody plays in the post, like.
But he's got an 8-foot wingspan, so we don't see tier.
I don't know.
Then we got Marcus Camby.
He's bad.
I mean, B.
B's probably
he's
right for him.
He's good enough defensively, but he's not great defensively. He's not fast. He's not Dino speed. Like, doesn't shoot the ball.
He's bad.
Terrible release. I mean, he's on the upper end of B tier.
This B tier. No, I mean,
I'll put him in the lower.
The A and B tier is wild to me. Nate Thurman and Bill Russell do not belong in A tier. Let me tell you, they don't. Like, they just don't. To be honest with you, who is the majority of the community going to take? Between Big Z or Dikembe Mutombo? Between Dino and Dikembe Mutombo? Between Rafe and Dikembe Mutombo? Heck, for me, even between Dikembe and Marcus Camby, I don't know who I'm taking. So that's where it's tough for me. It's like the A, B, and C tiers can all mesh together. Really, with this tier list, the way it's looking, it's tough. Outside of a few players, be it Nate Thurman, Bill Russell, maybe Moses Cat, they can all just mesh together, in my opinion. I mean,
put him in the lower end of A.
It's just tough.
So put him in the lower end of A. Andre Drummond getting the worthless. Andre Drummond sucks so much. He's slow.
He's bad.
Dunk. So, he's slow. The only thing he can do is dunk and rebound.
I hated
slow,
doing
can't
his
play in the post,
challenges.
can't shoot a
I
free
hated
throw, can't
it.
shoot a mid, can't shoot a three. He's horrendous. He's absolutely terrible.
See, like, I like his lower two tiers, but here's where it gets tough. Because I like Dikembe more than legitimately everybody at B tier. Legitimately, I do.
So anyway, yeah.
And more than half the people at A tier. So if you'd move Dikembe up, then we could maybe start talking. But the fact that his A tier is wild.
This is the last tier list we're going to be doing on current gen.
His A tier is wild to me.
List I expect to do on current gen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys.
But yeah, huge shout out to my guy DBG. Like I did say, this is probably the tier list that I disagree with the most. Just because I like defense, DBG hates defense, and that's where we collide. Our opinions differ a lot. Just because of that right there. I love defense, he doesn't. So a guy like Dikembe Mutombo, even Bob Lanier, I'm going to value a little bit more than a guy such as Asa Judas Ilgauskas. But guys, comment down below. Are you guys more offensive minded, defensive minded? Let me know, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.